Samme dag, disse 2 tårnene der, så var det en god del jøder som jobbet der, hadde arbeidsplassen sin der. Totalt 4000 jøder var borte fra de 2 tårnene på samme dag. De kom ikke på jobben. Hvorfor ikke?
There's one conspiracy theory which quickly spread right round the world. It's the claim that on the morning of the attacks, 4,000 Jews stayed away from work at the World Trade Center. The suggestion is that the hijackings were either a Jewish plot to discredit the Arab world, or that the Israeli intelligence agency, Mossad, found out about Al-Qaeda's plan and tipped off the Jewish community in New York. Cheryl Shames has good reason to know what happened. Her brother, Andrew Zucker, worked as a lawyer at the World Trade Center.
Andrew is larger than life. That's how I like to describe him. If he walked into a room of people, even if he was there maybe a minute, 2 minutes, you wouldn't forget him. It was just his presence was everywhere. He embraced Judaism, he embraced our religion, and he just loved it. He embraced it.
And on the morning of the 11th of September, he went to work as usual in the South Tower. So how did the rumour about Jews staying away that day come about? Just hours after the attacks, the Jerusalem Post newspaper reported that about 4,000 Israelis were believed to have been living or working in New York and Washington. Crucially, it didn't say they were dead or missing, just people who might have been in the vicinity of the attacks. Within days, the story had been picked up in Beirut by a satellite TV network, which is the mouthpiece for the Islamic militant group Hezbollah. Al-Manar TV put a spin on the story, reporting that 4,000 Israelis employed at the World Trade Center were absent from work that day. The story quickly spread across the Middle East and beyond, through news reports, word of mouth, and anti-Semitic websites. As it spread around the world, the conspiracy was elaborated further. The 4,000 Israelis became 4,000 Jews, who had been tipped off by Mossad. When the North Tower was hit, Andrew Zucker was in his office in the South Tower. And when they started to evacuate that building, he put others first.
Andrew stayed behind to help other people evacuate. That's what we know. He said, I'm going to do one more sweep of the office and I'll meet you down. So when the second plane hit, and my brother had to be pretty much at impact. Plenty of Jews were killed that day, and my brother was one of them. When I hear these conspiracy theories, it hurts me a lot. In general, people need a scapegoat. They need to say, this is why it happened. So I think that's why people come up with these crazy theories. People like to have someone to blame.
No one knows for certain how many Jews were killed at the World Trade Center. But our research confirms at least 119, with a further 72 victims likely to be Jewish. A total of around 200, in line with the 9% of New York's commuting population which is Jewish.
بسلاح الحق البتار سنحرر أرض الأحرار ونعيد الطهر إلى القدس من بعد الذل وذا العار بسلاح الحق البتار سنحرر أرض الأحرار ونعيد الطهر إلى القدس من بعد الذل وذا العار من بعد الذل وذا العار سنخوض معاركنا معهم وسنمضي جموعا نردعهم ونعيد الحق الحق المغتصب وبكل القوة ندفعهم وبكل القوة ندفعهم وسنمضي ندك معاقلهم بدوي دام يقلقهم وسنمحو العار بأيدينا وبكل القوة نردعهم وسنمضي ندك معاقلهم بدوي دام يقلقهم وسنمحو العار بأيدينا وبكل القوة نردعهم وبكل القوة نردعهم.